Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you guys doing? So I was scrolling through the old Twitter. I'm not calling it X. Okay, I'm not. And I came across this thread by this German dude. I recently visited the USA for the first time since 2018. I promise I won't do this this German accent or my sad attempt at a German accent the whole video. Just for this first part. Hitting up Las Vegas and New York City. I sound like the Slingshot Channel guy. Welcome to the Slingshot Channel. What I witnessed left me stunned. 15 American oddities I still can't wrap my head around. This went absolutely viral. This has 50 million freaking views. That's insane. So, we gotta go through it. Let's see the American oddities that Germans just can't wrap their head around it. All right, number one. In the US, money is an open topic, unlike the taboo it has in Europe. I noticed that people are excited to talk about their work and financial success without any negative vibes. As someone who likes these topics, it felt freeing to chat about it with other like-minded people. He said he went to where? New York City, Las Vegas, and New York City. Okay. Money is an open topic. I feel like it's not that open of a topic where I live here in Indiana. Maybe that's like a Midwestern Southern type thing. It's not as open, I feel like. But then again, I don't know what I'm comparing it against, you know? Is it really that taboo of a topic in Europe? Talking about money? Certainly talking about, just going around bragging about how much money you make isn't necessarily, very common. It's not considered very polite. But if you're among friends, then yeah, talking about how much money, your finances, of course, it's your friends. So it's whatever you want to talk about. That's interesting. I don't know what to think about that one. Fast food was disappointing. I was so excited to try American fast food after watching tons of YouTube reviews. But man, In-N-Out, oh man, In-N-Out. Don't go to In-N-Out. It's not bad. It's not that good. The fries tasted like cardboard and the whole experience was just meh. I give it a 2 out of 10. Oh man, he went to In-N-Out in Las Vegas, huh? Yeah, no. First of all, it's way overpriced in Las Vegas. Way overpriced. Unbelievable. Second, In-N-Out, okay, all right. On the West Coast, they love it. They don't even have it where I'm from. You got to go to like Chick-fil-A, Five Guys, Culver's. That makes me a little bit upset. You know what I mean? As an American, I pride myself on our fast food. How are you is thrown around too casually. As a German, I'm not used to exchanging pleasantries with strangers. Ooh, pleasantries. Such as cashiers like that. It feels kind of fake to ask a question that nobody really wants an honest answer to, but I guess it's part of the American social norms. Yeah, that's a little bit of a cynical way of looking at it. I feel like saying it's fake. At least for me, when I say, how are you? I mean, it is a little bit fake. I will admit, it's a little bit fake. But it's also, I'm just trying to be friendly. But at the same time, I'm not actually looking to hear your whole life story or anything. I'm pretty much just expecting you to say good. Or just, how are you? I think it would depend on my mood, which one I would prefer. The German, European style, just more straight to business, no pleasantries. Or the American, more conversational cashier. It would depend on my mood. Tipping in America feels like a broken system. You don't say. I don't get why taxes aren't included in the prices. Oh, this is two different topics. And then you're expected to add an 18 to 20% on top. Yeah. You don't really want to tip on the tax. That's something, especially if you're a cheapskate like me. You're not tipping on the tax. You make sure to factor that out. But that can be extra confusing. Also, tips for basic service like a coffee order seems extremely excessive to me. Yeah, I don't tip on coffee. At the end of the day, it's up to you. It's up to you, especially if you're European. Hell, you're getting on a plane, you're out of here. You're never going to see him again. So, fully up to you. Do whatever you want. With that said, it is absolutely the social norm to tip at a restaurant. You know, if you're getting real service or if you're getting like a haircut, you're expected to tip. But it's really up to you. That's how I view it. If the service is bad, have you decide how much they deserve all the way down to 0, in my opinion. But the system is totally broken. I mean, look at these suggested tips. These piss me off, to be honest. Oh, suggested. We suggest you pay 25%. Oh, how convenient. Yeah, of course you suggest that. You suggest that. I bet you do. I bet you'd suggest I pay 50, 100%. Why not? Why would I listen to you? Machine, text on a piece of paper, coming from the people that I'm tipping. Yeah, I bet you suggest I tip a whole lot. You can actually tell that these suggested tips, at least it is factoring out the tax, because the total before tax was $82. So 25% would be on that instead of the 92. So at least there's that. The American dream is still going strong from what I can tell. Okay. You love to hear that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pessimism. And there's pretty much no doubt that the American dream has petered out a bit. But according to Ole Lehman, by the way, check out his Twitter link down below. It's still going strong. I do enjoy to hear that. That's good to hear. There's a huge desire to innovate and create a better future. Okay, yeah. I heard a lot of conversations about world-changing ideas, startup ventures, and the pursuit of progress. Now, these, of course, are the type of things, it's definitely certain circles that you will hear people talk about this. More so in New York City, in LA, in Silicon Valley, and in certain online forums, of course. That's the nice thing. Like, I live in Indiana. People out here aren't talking so much about their world-changing ideas, sadly. Although I do enjoy, that type of conversation. So luckily for me, I was born in the age of the internet. So I can go online and take part in these types of conversations. I honestly loved this aspect of America. I hope it stays that way. I hope it grows, That has got to be the best part of America. So it's good to hear someone from an outside perspective say, yeah, there's still some of that American dream spirit left alive. That's good. Americans are so much louder than Europeans, like 10 times louder, especially more than Germans, I bet. It probably is true, 10 times louder than Germans. Oh my God, the amount of noise complaints that Americans would rack up if they moved into a German neighborhood or a German apartment complex, I guarantee it would be unprecedented. I don't understand this. It seems so unnecessary when I'm right next to you. The constant noise was jarring and confusing for someone like me who's used to more reserved conversations. This makes me think of these Americans in particular who their standard voice, I don't have that loud American voice. I don't. And it's a disadvantage for me, to be honest. Because there are people here in America who just, their standard default voice volume is like, yes, hello. Yes, nice to meet you. It's like, holy crap, I can't compete with that. And it does annoy me. I for sure could see that being very jarring. Stepping into a casino for the first time, okay, because he's in Vegas, was wild. Does Germany not have casinos? No, it looks like there's casinos. I know there's a lot of great poker players that come out of Germany. Shout out Fedor Holtz. I don't know what I guess I'll click the gold button. No, never click the gold button. I don't want them taking my data. This is a German casino. I don't see this. This is a weird website. Are there slot machines in Germany? Like, I haven't seen a single picture of a slot machine. Jackpot. Like, table games, clearly. But where's the slot machines? Are there slot machines in Germany? Dive into the world of old school gambling with roulette, blackjack, poker, and slot machines. Okay, so Germany has casinos. Apparently, they're not like American casinos, though. Whew, that was painful to try to figure out. I couldn't believe my eyes. People watching people chain smoke and lose money on slot machines. It was both fascinating and super sad. Yeah, I mean, you're in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? Like, everything is designed to hijack your dopamine, even when you know better. Las Vegas is a special, you know, it's its own type of place. To me, my personal opinion, I don't really care if people gamble. I like gambling. It's when people get addicted to gambling, or people who can't afford it gamble, or like elderly people gambling is always kind of weird. You know, spending their life savings on it. It's odd. That's kind of sad, but you know, I love Las Vegas, so I don't know. Obesity is off the charts. I was shocked by how many severely overweight people I saw in the U.S. It felt dystopian. But at the same time, I noticed a ton of extremely fit people. I feel like the USA is a country of polarized extremes in a lot of different ways. Because yeah, there's a lot of fit people. There's a lot of people who love going to the gym and all they think about is fitness and stuff. And then there's people who just eat Cheetos. It's like America is a land of extremes when it comes to physical health. Yeah, absolutely. Compared to Europeans, Americans are super outgoing and talkative. They'll strike up a conversation with strangers like it's no big deal, which can be both refreshing and a bit overwhelming. This openness is a defining aspect of American culture that really stood out to me. Indeed. You know, I like this about American culture so long as it's not too overwhelming, like particularly when you're in a big city and there's just millions of people. The loudness and the amount of, you know, people trying to, I mean, a lot of times they're just trying to sell you stuff. That gets overwhelming and very annoying. But when it's in like more of a small town, southern, you know, Midwestern type vibe, that's a good thing about where I live. You know, you get the people who talk. It's not so loud. It's a little more peaceful. I like it then. The lights are always on in America. Well, especially in Vegas. That's like a trope about Las Vegas, which is so different from the energy-saving habits I'm used to in Europe and Asia. I guess this 24/7 brightness comes from America's wealth and love for convenience. That's interesting. To be honest, and maybe this is because I'm American, but I didn't even think of it from like an energy-saving point of view. That's a good point. It definitely uses a lot of energy, especially Las Vegas. The lights in Las Vegas, my God, could probably power a country if they turned them off at night. I guess this 24/7 brightness comes from America's wealth, blah, blah, blah. I already read that. It creates a feeling of constant abundance I haven't experienced elsewhere. That's a really interesting point of view, you know? It kind of is. It's like a flex. It's like, look how much we're willing to, you know, we got so much abundance of money and energy. We just keep the lights on all day long. Burning $50,000 a second. Everything is supersized from drinks to cars. At the Fontainebleau. This just makes me, you know, McDonald's got rid of the supersized option. That used to be a real thing. It makes me sad for it. I miss the supersized. It's because that movie, I don't know if you guys know, but every American has watched the movie Supersized. After that movie came out about McDonald's, they got rid of the supersized. I still remember, you could get a fry this big. Like the container was this big. Supersized. I don't know what this is. Fontainebleau. in Vegas, my small Diet Coke was nearly a liter. Drinks are consistently 50% larger than Europe with no option to downsize. The same goes for food portions and vehicles. Everything is just bigger in the US. You should see Texas. Okay, this burger looks kind of comical. It looks like that burger from the Good Burger movie. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but oh my God. You gotta go to an American movie theater and get the popcorn. That is absurd. I think it's got like 4,000 calories. This says 360 more calories. No, it's way more than that. Compared to this little thing right here, that's 1,000, 2,000 more calories, guaranteed. Trying to eat healthy in America was an annoying challenge. I was shocked by how expensive and hard to find nutritious options were compared to Europe. Back home, I could easily grab a healthy meal without breaking the bank, but in the US, it felt like a treasure hunt. Indeed. It's like they're trying to make us all fat over here. American customer service is super attentive and friendly compared to Europe. I assume it's because of the whole tipping culture. Yeah, probably. As well as the fact that the US is a more consumer-oriented society. Yep. And combine that with the fact that America just has a more social culture in general. Like people talk to each other, random people. I could see this being very true. Servers really go the extra mile to make sure customers are happy, which I enjoyed. It's definitely for that tip. Flashiness and status symbols are everywhere, especially in the big cities. He went to New York and Vegas. I feel like that had a major impact on his perception of the USA. But yes, it's true. I saw way more designer watches, vehicles, public displays of wealth than I'm used to seeing in Europe. Yeah, you were in Vegas. It's obvious how American culture places a high value on financial success and all the material stuff that comes with it. That's true. Overall, I was really inspired by the risk-taking spirit of American culture. People here aren't afraid to change the world, even if it means leaving their comfort zones. I thought he was going to say, people here aren't afraid of changing the world, even for the worse. It's a stark contrast to the more risk-adverse mindset in Europe, where people tend to play it safe. There definitely is that. That's part of the American spirit, I guess, is being willing to take those type of risks, which either pay off or they don't. I think this stems from American history. The U.S. was built by immigrants who took a leap of faith, leaving their families behind to sail across treacherous oceans in a search for a better life. That's a massive risk. These risk-taking genes are still present today. I think that is very true, but also kind of explains why over time it might go down. Because those people, they really were extremely risk-taking, high-risk tolerance people that immigrated here. And as they die off and have kids and those genes are, kind of diluted, forgotten, that culture is kind of goes away. And I don't know if there's a way to change that. But for now, I guess some of it is still preserved. And that was it. He says, thanks for reading. Definitely go check him out. Give him a follow on the Twitter. The X. Because that was really fun. That was very entertaining. Very interesting. Always interesting to see America from a European or any kind of foreign outside perception. Fascinating. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.